Hello there, my name is Don and this is my second video now showing you how I go about making my dioramas. This is the diorama we're making for the moment. If you remember the last time we cut out the pieces for this first shop here. So I'll just set that to one side, and this is the shop complete. It's all painted and weathered, so that's completed now. So I'll just go over how we got to this stage. So we cut a piece of 3mm card. That's the front of the shop there, 6 inches by 6.5, or 15 centimeters by 16. And then marked out where we want our windows and doors to go. And that's basically that design there. It doesn't have to be there, it could be any design that you like. Okay, then we cut out the doors and windows with a sharp knife. 3mm cardboard is relatively easy to cut, it's not too bad. And then we glue all the mouldings all around the shop front, and the concrete surrounds to all the window frames there. So that's basically where we got to. Once we've done that, we can glue the two sides on like so, and then by the time we glue the floor, then it's quite sturdy. Then it's quite a sturdy construction. Okay, so that's where we got to. The roof we stuck on there, and if you remember, we had a grid of 3/8 squares, which we cut off, and with scissors, you can see that we cut halfway up to the line there, and that makes the slate roof. Okay, and it's all glued with PVA glue. It dries very quickly. So what I've done is make some test pieces to go about painting the shop. So let's go ahead and do that then. So what we did was, with the filler, we just put up, we don't need very much, put a little bit of filler in there, and a very small amount of water. That's probably enough, if you can see that. So that's just ordinary household filler and a little bit of water, and when that's all mixed up, it doesn't take too long. Then we can paint the, let's move that a bit. There we go. We can paint the whole thing, really, just the front of the shop and the sides, even the roof if you like. It's just that when this is dry, it will give a nice texture before painting, rather than just painting onto cardboard, which doesn't look too good. When this dries, it will give a nice texture, just as long as we can see the definition of the what do you call it? Just see the definition of the mouldings. That's it, like that. That's all we need to do for that. Put that to one side. So when that's dry, I just happen to have another one I've done earlier. When that's dry, you can feel the texture on there. There's going to be better. It's going to be a better paint finish when we've done that. So I'm using a burnt umber. Just a little bit in there. And I'll just add a little bit of water to that. And we can paint the shop sign and the bottom part of the shop there, doorway. There we go. So that's the doorway painted, and then for the top I'll just paint that grey. So a little bit of white, don't need too much. I haven't got enough brushes, so just a fraction of black. Mix that up, and then we can paint the top grey, get in all the crevices there. There we go. I think I've got enough now. So you can see the idea anyway. Grey is as good a colour as concrete as anything, and we can always change the colour when we dry brush anyway later on. So it's done very quickly, but that's basically the painting of the shop. When it's dry, and you take a bit of time and trouble and do it properly, that's what it should look like. Okay, so now we've got the painted shop. Just move that to one side. Oh no, we need that back again. So now we need a black wash. Now we need quite a bit of water with this black. Thin it right out. This is going to age the shop. It's going to make it look old and weathered. So with this black wash, we'll just go over the painted surface like that. Can we see? Go over the whole thing. It looks awful to start with. There we go. And then once that's just starting to dry off, we can get a bit of tissue and just dab at that to take off the excess. You can see the effect that that's making now. Just gives the impression of it being weathered and a lot older than it actually is. Okay, so when that's dry, then it'll look a little something like that. Okay, so we've got the weathered shop front like that. Now if I move all of this out of the way, with a little bit of white, put plenty of white paint on the brush, and then take it all off again. So we're going to dry brush with white over the surface now. Too much. So we'll just highlight the mouldings around the door. And you can see it makes everything stand out. You can see the mouldings easier, and again it ages the look of the thing. You need to spend obviously a lot more time and trouble than I have done here. I've done it very, very quickly just as an example. But with time and trouble you can make a decent looking model. And there we are. That's my finished house, finished shop. The doors and windows I'll show you in a moment. The sign on the front there, just Google French shops and you can print off all kinds of shop signs to stick on the front. Unfortunately my printer isn't working properly, so I've had to call it the what is it, the Blue Oyster. So I couldn't find any well, my printer's not working, so I couldn't download any French signs. But that looks okay, that's not too bad. Okay, let's just move these away and I'll show you how I go about the doors and windows. Making a bit of a mess here. Okay. So for the windows, we just need a piece of 1mm card, the same size as the insides of the shop there, and slip that up inside, and then with a pencil that hasn't got black paint on the end, just mark out on the card where the window is, and that will then become your outer frame for the window. And then mark out the shape of the window that you want, and then with a very sharp knife and being very careful, can you see? Get down there. Please do be careful when you're cutting with a knife. Accidents do happen. No, I don't suppose that's going to happen, is it? How's that? That's it. So you can see how we can do, how I've done the shop window there. Once that's cut out, piece of clear plastic. This was about 10p from my local stationers, and you could do about 2 or 3 dioramas with one sheet, usually size A4. So once you've cut out the cardboard for the windows, then just stick that on the back of the card, and it'll be you'll have a glazed window. So that's how the windows go. And then for the door, just mark out on 1mm card what design of door you want. I've just gone for a 4-panel door, and by the time you put that onto your card, stick that onto your card like so, I think you'll agree it doesn't look too bad. It looks like a real door. Okay, I hope I've explained how I do things. It's a new thing for me. It's very difficult to do this kind of thing, but I think you've got the gist of what we're trying to do anyway. So this is the first shop completed. In the next video I'll do the bombed out shop, which is going to be a lot more complicated to do, but we'll go through stage by stage how to do the broken plaster work and the brickwork and all the debris all on the street there. So please like and please like and subscribe to my channel. That would be I should be very grateful. And please join me on my next video, which will be in 2 or 3 days' time. So again, happy modelling, and see you again soon.